Greetings everyone, and Great here for another H-Mars 4 replay. Spawn on top left side as the yellow English, we have Lucifer, and spawn on bottom right side as the red Mollies of tips underscore AOE.ttv. Let's see now, economic benefits. Simoleons do have a bit more unique economic benefits. We've got the mining pit, which allows you to get some free gold, and you can take that free gold and invest into some cattle ranches to get some free food. The English have one of the most powerful economic benefits in the entire game. It's their farms. Their farms are half price, the farms can be collected faster, and eventually later on they of course get additional gold trickle from their farms, making it excellent for their unique units. They have two unique units in the feudal age. You got the, actually technically even one, and lacking a standard unit in dark age. You got the man-at-arms and the longbow. They don't get spearmen, they get hardened spearmen. They don't get, instead they get vanguard man-at-arms and early man-at-arms. Council Hall now going on up, which is the archer range that is ×2. And the Mullions, when it comes to their unique units, their entire roster is unique, barring the archer and their siege weapons. Against the longbowmen, they do have access to javelin thrower. Javelin thrower is a range unit that has +1 range versus +2 range of the archer, of the longbowman. So they do have a range that somewhat match the longbowman, which also has high damage, base damage, and do get a bit of bonus damage versus range. And they also have high pierce armor as well, 3 base pierce armor. Their rate of fire is similar to crossbows, and they do decently well versus armored units as well. So I could see javelin throwers as a good unit against the English. And versus the man-at-arms, they do have the Musfadi warrior. The Musfadi warrior is a unique melee warrior that does bonus damage versus armor. However, it is a light melee unit, which means it does get countered by the longbowman. Speaking of which, got a stream of longbowmen now being deployed out in the field. Javelin throwers are relatively expensive at 120, same cost as a man-at-arms and horseman. That's just a regular scout as well, not a warrior scout. Warrior scouts do not get bonus damage versus ranged, unless they are veteran warrior scout. Then they become a counter to ranged units. One javelin thrower is deployed on the field. If it goes for mass javelin thrower, that's probably adequate. The javelin throwers take a bit of damage here. He needs some larger numbers. He needs another archer range to match his opponent's ×2 archer range of the council hall. Does have a 23-second train time versus 8 seconds, so 16 base seconds for the longbowman, or 15 seconds. I probably got it checked right there. So javelin throwers do train slower. Longbowman trying to move around the flank. Yellow has a scout in this region as well. Red scout is still alive. Those was a villager there. We got 3 javelin throwers here, make that 4. He's now going for a second archer range as well. His landmark is, of course, a monster quarry, provides him either a trickle of gold or stone income. One reason why the council hall is so powerful, it's also an archer range, 2 archer ranges, so you don't have to take time to collect up the 300 wood and get that also deployed on the field. And look how many villagers on the sheep there. He's going to be running out of food relatively shortly. He does have a good number of javelin throwers here. Javelin throwers do utilize food and gold, no wood, which has pros and cons. At this point in time, the fact that he doesn't have the extra food source is a bit of a con. He is trying to get some berries now in his diet. He can't collect these berries at the moment as well. The scout, yellow scout, does not spot the villagers just yet. May spot these lumberjacks there, but those are lumberjacks. Red does lose a scout there, which is important. 7 javelin throws here. Does take out one of the longbowman. Does get flanked around. Looks like 7 or 6 is the minimum number to one-shot a longbowman, so he needs to make sure he moves around groups of at least 6. Does take out a couple villagers here, or at least 1. Make that 2. More javelin throws on the build queue. Does get out second blacksmith. Could go for more pierce armor. This player has not gone for any pierce damage mode. He's not currently building any more longbowmen at the moment either. Another villager does go down there. Takes out that villager. And he will spot these berry collectors as well. Javelin throwers need to be aggressive to defend his villagers. The longbowmen do move the same speed as man-arms, so relatively slower. Villagers move the same pace. Does get a couple hits there. He can't be rotating around like this. He can, of course, get some angles and catch up a little bit. Does get a couple hits there. That villager has down to minimal health. Longbowmen just now being pursued. Got a couple of javelin throwers here. And these longbowmen are hitting some other infrastructure. Can't be sending these javelin throwers in small numbers like that. Good volley there. Looks like these are longbowmen trying to find another engagement over here. Villagers trying to migrate around. He could try going for these berries over there, but he may not even have that scouted. Zalek Doggo getting some bites. Better not send your entire army to pursue that small little force. Send a small force, as or else there's maybe another groups that may hit you, such as these. Currently there's 10 longbow in the field, 15 javelin throwers, so there's enough javelin throwers to engage the longbowmen, that's for sure. There we go, that is an adequate number. And now he's going to try to stop these longbowmen from escaping. This is relatively expensive, but these longbowmen overall are a little bit more expensive. Javelin throwers do move the same speed as spearmen. And this palisade gate will be going on up. The trees do extend to the cliff face, so this is a natural barrier. Now this gold mine is now in this area. So now you can pull out the mining pit there in a relatively safe location. Mining pit here has been providing some good gold collection, and now he's out of there. He's out of sheep. He may want to go for a wave of cows. Nope, he's going for the berries. Very good. Javelin throwers here in good numbers. And all those long do get picked off. He does cancel the mill there. This player has 40 villagers points at 29. He has a second Townsend on the field. Plus he's also killed 6. So if he hadn't killed at 6, he would be at 40 to 36. But now he does have a 25% lead, or 30%, or his opponent's at a 33% deficit. Now going for a round of mining pits, or housing and mining pit. If you can't afford all the housing, just don't get all the housing. You have plenty of population space at the moment. You do have a single cattle ranch here. And his food income is pathetically low. He needs to get out some sort of food income. He does have these berry collectors, but berries do collect at a slower rate than other food sources. Each place now eyeing for textile and wheelbarrow. I'm going to fast forward a little bit since it is getting a little slowed down, but his opponent is trying to advance forward with some horsemen. Red did replace his warrior scout, does spot all these horsemen there. Means he now realizes he needs to get a counter to them. Javelin throwers do have a high base attack, so they can hit the horsemen reasonably well. But he still need to get out some Donzo probably. Donzos are, of course, the Malian unique version of the spearmen. which does also have +1 melee armor, as well as a javelin throw ability, which that too does bonus damage versus what's called cavalry. He does pop both those cows that may have been not intentional. He does go and wall this area as well, so he has a nice safe mining camp here, a mining pit. He could always go for later on a bit of farms over here as well. Got some Donzo being put on field. Right now just regular Donzo, not hardened Donzo. More cattle ranches going on up. They do cost 100 wood each, so they're not exactly cheap at this moment. One villager takes some hits there. He does have textiles research, so they can take 50% more hits.
Afamuta. Dansu. Apare parama. Eras. Ayored yar. Volgenge. Deod lich. Werniath. Ferret. Yeah, way Wigenda. Astigeth on way. Cometh on.
A good number of archers and horsemen here. Yellow has a force of 29 on the field. Red has a force of 24. The quality is in favor of yellow, but by a large margin. Pumbaa is starting to go down there. And now we got the King's Possible on the field, which is another town center for the English player. Horsemen trying to advance up forward. They do get a couple volleys there on the javelin thrower. We got Pierce Armor, Pierce Damage for red. Yellow has gone for Pierce Damage, going for Pierce Armor as well. Right now, Yellow could just hang back a little bit, get the age up, then get his advanced research, and then go for a timing attack. He is throwing a large amount of cows into his people's mouths. Okay, that sounds horrible. He's butchering a large number of cows there for food collection. He's a little bit desperate on food. The berries here are no longer being collected on up. There's some berries there. Berries, of course, not a good resource count. Cows do be collected up the same rate as deer, so they're much better. They do collect a 0.81 collection rate, while berry bush collects up a 0.67. So that is quite a bit difference. Sheep and farms do collect up 0.75. So by going out cows, he does have like a 20% food collection rate compared to collecting those berries. Both are, of course, finite. We got a good number of horsemen here. He's going for the veteran horseman research and going for more pierce damage. There's the Grand Fulani Corral to improve the collection rate of these nearby cows.
Claude, this is a mickle matter. Dress yourself and on Ferret! For an end day mid-May.
Going for more Donzo here. Horseman and Longbow making their advance. He does have a timing where his opponent's research is not up to scale to his own. Donzo does get a good follow there. Takes out the scout. Our Longbow just gets some good damage there. Counts him now garrison. Got some good damage there. Javelin throws there. Donzo's throwing as well. Those javelin throws are maybe overkilling some of the Longbowmen. Their projectile speed is pretty slow, so they tend to do a lot of overkill. Goes inside the town center. The town is fully garrisoned. Red's army is starting to disintegrate. Only the javelin throws remain. All the Donzo have gone down. Counts of the arrows are doing 7 damage each. The horsemen do have 4 pierce armor each, so they take 3 damage per arrow. So they will stay on some counts of fire, but not a whole lot. Longbow being hit by the town center now. Does get some damage there and does fall back.
Elder faster, Elder thing. Elder.
Looks like the Mullion player's eyeing for imported armor now.
No Hestes anon, Tulkes. Reader, he always commanded! Redende Thenu!
Does get a bit of damage there. Horseman now trying to torch down this palisade gate. You got a spring golden placement in this outpost as well, the total outpost. 9 tower range, they will hit these horsemen quite reasonably well. Now I got some sofas to be employed on the field. The heavy cavalry for the Mullions. With important armor, they do have quite a bit of armor. But until that point in time, they don't. Veteran sofas, or sofas in general, do have bonus versus infantry. A very small amount, however. Local doggo getting some bites here.
Hestes for Ale, Kuma Midvay, Frekis. Always commanded!
Yellows cleaned up one sacred site, 2 relics picked up by yellow as well, and a 3rd one's on the way. More sacred sites being captured on up.
Readers, are ready for Hestes?
Now it's going for the armor-clad research. Looks like English players trying to transition to some heavy infantry. This one does have access to a counter through the municipality warriors. As well as the sofas do reasonably well versus them, including sofas are 180. Man at arms, of course, 120, so they're 50% more, but they do have a bit more damage and more ability to go along with them. The sofa will pick off some of these villagers there, very good. He does get all these wall segments built. All these villagers are starting going down. You have a crossbow and spearman now advancing over here. And he has finding some shots onto him. Sofa's starting to fall on back. Got a line of palisade walls up over here. We do not have a good number of forces now advancing on their way forward. He looks like he's out of, or running out of cows to collect on up. He may want to get those fixed, or he may actually already have, nope, he can still pull out 2 cows at a time. Can go ahead and get those collecting on forward. He's have a good number of horsemen fence forward. Marching down some of these cattle ranches. He has a good number of sofas and archers in here. The cows could be tipped over. Horseman trying to overrun these archers now. He does go ahead. He probably loses those archers. And sofas are probably not enough. So we're missing some spearmen output on the field as well. Sofas here hitting the reinforcements. Taking out these reinforcements can be very, very deadly. But Red's army here has disintegrated. The rest of the sofas being cleaned on up, and he does have some passive income thanks to these cows, but Red does back up the game now. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.